So they didn't even just give us a superhero in a real African country. They gave us a black superhero in a made-up African country with a made-up mineral so that we will believe it.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
We all remember Reallyfe. Man, so when we speak on the experiment, because again, when I look at what the experiment of America is, other civilizations have been enslaved. They normally enslave their own. When you go to Egypt, I mean, everyone had slaves, but you enslave your own people. But for the white man, the pale skin, to enslave the dark skin race, again, to technically trick us, because I mean, we sold ourselves to them.
Right.
What do you say was it about the African culture that, not saying we didn't see it coming, but that we were so easily enslaved?
Okay, now here's where, so biblically speaking, in the Bible, from a biblical perspective, the white man are what we call Edomites in the Bible. The blacks are the Israelites in the Bible. Natural born enemies from the time we was in our mother's stomach up until now, natural enemies. When it comes to, when you said dark skin, a lot of people think that Africans and blacks are the same people. We're not. No. Even today, Africans will not say they're the same as us. You have the FBA movement, Foundational Black Americans. Before that, it was ADOS, Africans Descendants of Slaves, where black people over here are trying to separate from them. But long before we were trying to separate from them, they were separated from us. Whites didn't have to come into the tribes to catch us. Africans knew exactly who they were selling. They were selling these Israelites that had migrated into Africa in 70 AD. And so when the white man is looking for chattel slavery, the Africans say, okay, yeah, we know who we're going to sell. Yeah, we're going to sell these people to you. And then you're going to bring these people. Also, a point in history, the slave trade started from America to Spain first. When Columbus came over here, the Native Indians, which is another example of the compassion that we can show to white people, but not to ourselves. The Native Indians, when the white man came over here with all them diseases and shit, he didn't know how to farm. He didn't know how to do none of that. The Native Indian taught him how to farm over here, grow crops over here, till the land, and then we celebrate Thanksgiving every year, which is about the murder of them.
Yeah, they were slaughtered.
Yeah, they were slaughtered.
But would you say that's a mercy, though? To slaughter the race versus enslaving the race and then making them basically your pet? Some people...
they slaughtered and enslaved the Native Indians. Oh, yeah. They didn't just slaughter them.
They didn't go on a mass enslavement of the Indians. But you're right, they did enslave.
No, well, you can't say they didn't go on a mass enslavement, because to be on a reservation is enslaving.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about it. When they say, I think Hillary Clinton got in trouble one time because she said run off of the reservation. That term run off the reservation was if a Native Indian got off of the reservation, meaning outside of the territory that we say you can go to. Like you were saying, the expansion to California. Yeah. All of that was Native Indian and Mexican territory.
Correct.
Texas, New Mexico, California, all of that is Mexican territory. And then the white man comes and takes it. The only difference between us and them is that we had to get bought on boats. Yeah. But the boats first was from North America to Spain. They were taking the Taino Indians and stuff like that over to Spain first, and then brought us. So the transatlantic slave trade, that's the true migration. The true migration is North America to Spain, Africa to America, and then brought us over here. So as we are brought over here in slavery, the Africans had no problem doing that to us. Even another point of history, in the 1800s, you had blacks that went back to Africa thinking we're going to leave America, go back to our homeland. And when they went over there, it just created a war between the blacks from America with the Africans over there. Yeah. Because we never, and even further, for people that because sometimes they get mad at us when we say we're not Africans. Even Africans and other Africans don't get along.
Come on, man. We seen Hotel Rwanda, man. I mean,
you know how many different tribes is eating. I mean, they warfare different.
Yeah.
Blacks might shoot another black.
No, they chop.
The Africans gonna cut you. No, they gonna eat you too.
Yes, come on, man. Hack you down and then
they gonna hack you down and believe they take your power by eating you. There was a cat named General Butt Naked. He would fight naked, and when he unalived you, he would eat you.
Man.
He would eat your heart, eat your liver, eat your eyeball. I know black people want to be African, but we showed some things about Africa.
Man,
I don't know. And then here's the other crazy part about Africa. It's like 40, 50 countries in Africa.
yes.
So even if you're a Pan-African, what does that even mean to somebody that grew up in Dallas all their life, in Houston all their life, in Jersey all their life, in Chicago all their life? You're going to tell me I'm from Africa, where Africa, that's a continent.
Egypt to South Africa is probably further than Canada to
That's
Brazil.
what I'm saying. And so now where in Africa am I going? And then think about this. You're going to send me back to Africa. And like you made a point earlier when you was like, it's only so much land.
Mm.
So now we're going to go back to Africa. The Africans are already fighting over the land amongst themselves. And you saying they're going to carve out a space for us to come into. Our land is right. Like, you don't have to leave this land.
Wakanda doesn't exist, man.
No, it don't. Don't bring up Wakanda to me because like Wakanda, like black people, listen, I love movies, right? Every Marvel movie was just a fantasy.
Yeah.
Until Wakanda. When Wakanda came out, every nigga was doing this shit.
Man, came dressed to a T.
Listen, they was going to the movies with dashikis on, Kofi hat on, all them big B's and everything. Wakanda Forever.
Man.
It's a movie. Now, back to your experiment. You know why blacks was given Wakanda instead of an American hero? Anybody can look this up. First of all, Magneto and people might know this, but Magneto and Professor X was patterned after Martin and Malcolm. That's one. Professor X being Martin, Magneto being Malcolm. That's what they was patterned after. Secondly, before Black Panther, most of our superheroes was a shucking and jive type of superhero like Cage. They did a series on Cage. Cage would talk about, you jive sucker, you jive turkey.
Cage, yeah.
Would talk like that, which they would deem as the ignorant black man. What Marvel Comics knew was that if they gave us a black superhero in America that fought and was empowered, that it might empower black people to be super too. So they didn't even just give us a superhero in a real African country. They gave us a black superhero in a made-up African country with a made-up mineral so that we would believe it. And everybody, black people did breakdowns on that Black Panther movie.
God,
like it was insane. And they knew to pull on the strings of black people. Yeah. We're making Killmonger be the radical black man and
T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman.
T'Challa be the Martin Luther King version.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when Killmonger killed this woman, you know why he killed this woman? So that we would mentally believe that a black man would never protect this woman. Mm. That's the mental, that was all, I'm using that from your experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was so heavy. That's the whole point of that. Yeah. For us to be divided against each other, for us to fight against each other. When T'Challa was supposed to get with Killmonger, see Killmonger's plan, and even if he disagreed with just unaliving a whole bunch of people, and just said, nah, let's not unalive them. Let's just build each other up. Let's just build our own. That's in the ISBK, we don't advocate violence against nobody. But what we do force is for brothers to be brothers. So we would have took T'Challa, we would have took Killmonger, we say, man, let me hear y'all plans. Okay, you got the power, you got the vibranium, you got these gifts, you want to kill everybody. Okay, we ain't ready to go to war and kill everybody right now. But we are at a state where we can take them powers and then take care of each other. Because what did T'Challa end up doing? Using them powers for the whole world.
Come on. Now,
no priority.
Yeah, you said something when you said they made up a fake place.
Yeah,
I mean, mind you, Marvel's New York, all this stuff is real places.
No, all of them regular places.
Man, they made up a fake place for our strongest.
Whole fake place.
That's how they get us.
When they think of Captain America, they got the shield, they got the symbol, they got the hat, everything that they can relate to. When they go outside, I'm American like Captain.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx.
I'm from the Bronx, from Queens.
Queens, yeah.
Right? When you think of Black Panther, you got to come outside and you can say you from Wakanda. A nigga gonna say, nigga, where's that at?
Nigga,
I know where Queens is at. I know where America is at. Where can I go to even look at Wakanda? You can't go nowhere to look at Wakanda. So they give us a pipe dream.
So
we go. What we do? We go right back to the neighborhood, man. I'm gonna write these raps. I'm gonna dribble this basketball. I'm gonna throw this football. I'm gonna sell this pack.
Come on, that sounds like the five finger
death. Five
fingers of death. God damn.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.